welcome back. Okay, do you notice something new? If you did not realize it, this is my new and improved office. I did do an office makeover series on my lifestyle channel. Here are the results. So it is a little bit of a different setup than my previous office. I really like it. I think it's just aesthetically pleasing. I think it's calming and just relaxing. Let me know what you think about the new office in the comments. So in today's video, I wanted to come to you guys and share with you some things you can do before you have a large audience. If you're new here, my name is Angel. I created this channel to share so many things behind the scenes of social media, growing and making money. I am a content creator and I have a presence on nearly every platform. So feel free to follow me on those platforms. But don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you want to learn more about growing as an entrepreneur on social media. So I know a lot of you may not have as big of an audience as I have. Across the board, I have about 1 million followers on all the platforms combined, but things now are different than it was when I didn't have a large audience. So just because you don't have maybe a huge audience right now, you can definitely be doing some things, getting things in place and making moves right now. It's like the best time, honestly, in my opinion, to go ahead and do some of these things that I'm going to share with you before you have a large audience, because things definitely change. And I know sometimes you may just get frustrated because you don't have a large audience. You may want quick growth so that you can see overnight success and bigger income. But honestly, you gotta see this as an opportunity. Now is the time to try anything and get some things in place so things go a lot smoother in the future. Instead, see this as an opportunity. One thing you can go ahead and do is to strategize your brand. I didn't do this starting out, but if you are, do it now so that things go a lot smoother in the future. As a matter of fact, I have a resource in the description box and it's a step-by-step walkthrough on how to create your social media strategy. It's a fill-in workbook. It's literally gonna guide you through the whole process and get you to where you need to be to make your life more easier and more strategic. The more strategic you are, the quicker you can reach your level of success. Because when you think about people that are disorganized and everywhere, it takes them a lot longer to get to a breakthrough level of success than it does somebody who's focused and they got everything on point. So make sure to check out that resource below. It will go into your how, your why, developing a content strategy, tools you need, your workflow, your revenue strategy, your action plan. It's just filled with a lot of good tools. I highly recommend you guys download it. Another thing I highly recommend that you guys go ahead and get started now is an email list. If you've watched my past videos or you've ever downloaded anything from me, I do harp on an email list, and there is a reason why. I started growing my email list years ago. Why email lists are so important? That is a way you can always reach your audience, okay? Whether you get shut down, whether you get banned from a platform, or hacked, which happened to me recently. I'm gonna share that entire story with you guys in another video. Whether the platform shuts down, let's say MySpace is not around anymore, right? If you had a huge audience on there, how would you reach them? So your email list is a great personal way to always be able to reach your audience, and it's something that you own versus being on a platform which is like rented space. So go ahead and get that email list started. I'm gonna do a whole series on email list building. How soon will depend on how soon you guys want to know more. So drop me a comment below. But I am gonna do it though, because I really, whether you see it or not, listen to me when I tell you, it is very, very, very important to have one. Another thing you should go ahead and do now is fill out your about me. And that's across the board on all your platforms. Go ahead and write out a great personal bio about yourself in your About Me sections. Give your audience a glimpse of who you are and what they can expect from you. This will help you attract the followers you really want. This is important, and I did mine a long time ago, and I do constantly try to update them, not necessarily on every platform, but somebody did a review of my YouTube channel and they went to my About Me section and actually read it. Thank God it was actually a pretty decent and About Me section, but you would not believe people do go read your about me sections and to learn more about you, who you are, and what you do. So fill it out now. Don't leave it blank. Go fill it out right now. Another tip for you to do is to go ahead and start posting regularly. Why? I'm glad you asked. Practice makes perfect. The more you post, the more that builds your confidence. So it definitely is a boost to confidence, but it also helps you to learn what to say and how to say it. So yes, practice makes perfect. So once you get in that groove of knowing how to say and what to say, by the time you have a large audience, you know how to speak to your audience. So it makes a big difference, guys. So go ahead and start posting regularly now. Also in doing that, learn your editing style and your aesthetics. If you go ahead and start now, you can learn how you want to edit. You can learn what type of aesthetic you want, you like, and it's like you get to do that whole test and trial and error period. So do it now. It's a lot more harder to do some of the stuff the bigger you are. But if you're small now and you just go on and get it out the way, get established, figure out that perfect style that you want, it will make your life easier in the future. It'll make your brand a lot more consistent as well. Also, tagging onto that, my next tip is to go ahead and start connecting with your audience. Go ahead and build that community. It is so important and it's so key. And honestly, guys, the bigger you are, the less time you have to connect with your audience. And I've always been a fan of loving to talk and loving to communicate with my community. But I will honestly say the bigger I get, the harder it is to carve out that time to connect with each of my audiences on each of my platforms, because I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, YouTube, and Pinterest, and I mean, I'm on everything. So no, unfortunately, as much as I love talking to my audience, I don't have the time to sit down and respond to each and every comment and all my DMs and all of that. I just don't, unfortunately. So when you're smaller, you have that time. And I did that. So a lot of my connections from when I first started and I built that community with those people, it still runs deep. They're still my #1 supporters. They are there. They're my diehards because I established that community and that bond when I was smaller and had the time to sit down and respond to them and have conversations with them. So do that now. It is so crucial. It is so important, and your audience will appreciate it, and you will build that community now, and that community will actually grow with you as you grow bigger. Another thing you can go ahead and start doing, and you want to do, is to go ahead and start selling to your audience. Don't wait till you have a massive audience to try to sell to your audience for the first time. People need to understand that you're a business or brand, and they need to get accustomed to your sales pitch. You don't want to just out the blue, when you get 1 million followers, to start selling. If you've gotten your audience accustomed to you selling, it won't, first off, come as a blow, and second off, you can start making money now, and they'll be used to it. They'll get used to you recommending things and actually influencing them to make purchases or to buy your products. So go ahead and start that now from day one. So I mean, I'll give you instance. I've been selling to my audience for a long time. So when I recommend something now, it's not just out the blue, it's not just random. I generate sales because they are used to me throwing something out there. And you know, even with this channel, technically I really haven't sold much of anything right now on this channel, but I actually have, whether you know it or not. I've been giving away a lot of freebies. That's giving you value. So you guys actually learn to appreciate my value and appreciate the things that I'm sharing with you and my knowledge, so that whenever I do give you something to buy, you're like, you know, Angel just don't feed me BS. She's worth actually her products, and I want it because I trust her and I know she's gonna share some valuable information with me. So go ahead and start now. And as you can see, this channel does not have thousands and thousands of followers right now. It's barely small. As a matter of fact, a feminist video, I'm in the 300s. But you guys have heard me almost in every video. I give you something. I give away a freebie. I tell you can download something. I'm getting you guys accustomed to me giving you information so that when I am ready to sell you things, you're ready to buy because you trust that I'm gonna give you a lot of valuable information. If you're still with me, thank you so much for being with me. I have 3 more tips that you guys need to hear, so don't go away, okay? Now, the next tip is to start going live now. All right, so let's just be honest. Going live can be very intimidating. It is still very intimidating for me. The reason why is because it's so much more riskier. You can easily say the wrong things. There's no editing. It's whatever comes out gets shown, or whatever you show in a room gets shown. It's so many things that can go very wrong on a live, or it's something that you would have never said or would never have shown to people. So doing it while you're small, you can actually learn to get better. Again, practice makes perfect. You'll learn to become a pro, even with answering questions, because lives, of course, is all about interacting with your audience. They'll shoot you lots of questions, and a lot of times with lives, you're showing them how to do something, or you're doing something, but you also gotta monitor the questions coming in, the comments coming in. It's a lot of things that happen while you're live. And I mean, I've deleted people, I've banned people from lives, because you'll get lots of things, from lives. You not only have to learn the technical aspects of going live, whether it's banning a person, kicking them out of the live, blocking them, the different buttons, people sending you gifts, you got a lot of technical aspects, but you also will learn how to handle yourself, what to show, what not to show. You see something, let's say in your house, and you don't want people to know about that, you know how to block yourself while you're live, what to show, again, what to show, not to show, what to say, what not to say, how to answer questions. It's a lot of things to think about while you're live, because let's say you have a piece of mail or a box behind you, and it has your address on it. You don't want the public to know your address, right? Well, you really don't once you're at a certain point. And you wouldn't know that if you haven't practiced that. And you could have easily been live and your box sitting right behind you and you didn't notice it, So the more you go live, the more you'll be able to get comfortable and practice with it. It really doesn't matter what platform, honestly. I will say I tend to go live way more on TikTok than I have on any platform. Although I do want to do some lives on the other ones, and I have, but maybe do a little more. Go ahead and start going live on a platform. Pick one with a small following and just start. And the smaller you are, the better, because you can get that practice in now. Because I've had some flops, okay? I have definitely had some flops on live, But it is what it is. But the smaller you are, the better. So see it as an opportunity. Another thing you can learn to do like now is to learn to play around with tools. In my resource below, I share with you guys a lot of tools. Now's the time to do it. Learn the different softwares. Learn whether it's a scheduling software, type of design software. There's so many tools out there, and I give you guys all the tools that I use in my resource below. But yeah, it's so many tools out there. Email marketing tools. It's just a lot. So if you go ahead and start now, before you have an audience, you'll have figured out what you like, what you don't like, how to work it, so that as you grow, that's one thing you don't have to worry about. And for me, like, I'm switching over to some different type of tools and different software programs, and it's a lot harder when you're bigger. It's so much harder. So if you go ahead and figure that out now, the ones you like, the ones you want to use and want to grow with, it makes your life so much easier. Guys, listen to me. It makes your life so much easier. So go ahead and practice with those. Figure out which ones you want and start with them. Learn how to use them so that you don't have to worry about doing a lot of switching once you get so big and have a large audience. So this last tip, this last piece of information is the most crucial and most important in my book, and that is go ahead and get education in now. Learning and growing with social media is a constant constant thing that you will do on your journey. I still do it. I still buy workshops. I still buy courses. I still buy ebooks and workbooks. I do. But my time is much more limited than it was when I had a smaller audience. When I had a smaller audience, I was constantly in learning mode. I was constantly on my grind trying to learn different algorithms, the different platforms, what's changing, what's coming, how to monetize. I was honestly always getting some type of course or educational resource, and I had more time, you know. But now I'm so big and I'm so overworked, and my time is honestly just super limited. I've bought tons of workshops and just have not had the time to watch them. I bought tons of courses and just have not had the time to watch them. Now some I have, you know, but I just don't have as much time as I did in the past. So that's why I'm giving you guys the tip now. Go ahead and do it. You have that time, you know, do it now, because the more educated you are, and I'm glad that I did. So even though some of the stuff I've bought and I just haven't had the time to sit down and watch or work on, I still have a really good foundation because I was educating myself so much before I even got huge. And that's one thing I really do recommend you guys. And I know a lot of you guys think, you know, I don't want to go spend that money to learn something. Look here, let me just say this. A college education costs money. Anytime you want to go back to school and take a class, costs money. It's called tuition. You have to pay for it. Everything doesn't come free. So when someone is willing to offer up the information that they have learned from years of trial and error and lots of mistakes, they're giving you the surefire straight path way to get there a lot quicker than it took them. Get it, guys. It's helped me out so much. I get so many questions. How did you do this? How did you do that? I was learning from different coaches, different teachers. It's like I don't want to say the easy route, but it's the quicker route. If they've learned the algorithm, they can tell you what works and what doesn't work. Why waste your time doing 5 years of trial and error to try and figure out yourself? Just buy the course and learn. Like, it saves so much time. So much time. But that's a big tip, and I really hope you guys take hold of that and just learn as much as you can right now in your phase and in your period, because it will help you so much in the future. Okay, there you go, guys. Those are my tips and things that you can do before you have a large audience and a huge community. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video.